Yo, what's up, lads and ladies? It is midnight. I want to go to bed. But the patch notes have dropped, and we're going to talk about it. There is something I want to talk about in this, and they are the mystical familiar cards. Usually I do a patch preview, but I want to talk about the mystical cards for just a minute. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the new card system in MapleStory, which is for familiars. And you can re-roll your lines on each familiar like this. This is similar to a red card in Reg Server. And essentially you put your familiar in, you re-roll the card, and you can change the potential. Really, really cool. In theory, if this was a fantastic system, it would remove the need for grinding familiars ever. It would completely fix the system for Nexon. They would never need to update any part of it again, because the system would be fixed. But we're going to talk about how they attempted to fix the system, how tone deaf it is, and how I don't think they really understand the familiar system, which is understandable. I think this was made by the new Western development team, which is a new development team. I don't expect any of them to understand how this works, so we're not going to blame anyone. But I just want to kind of talk about why this is bad, reiterate some points, and give some feedback, because I think this is a good time for feedback. So, we're going to go to the patch notes. Now that you know what a familiar card is, we're going to go to the patch notes. These are the patch notes. Mystical familiar card. This is the new card. This can be used on all ranks: common, rare, epic, unique, and legendary. This is very good. This is going to be purchasable one time per month, untradeable, has a limited time duration. It costs 10,000 familiar points, and it is a limited availability. Now, we can assume this November 19th is milestone. Or November 20th will be the milestone, right? This ends the day before milestone, essentially. Milestone being the new winter patch that we're going to have. So who knows? They might have something planned for milestone, which is fantastic. That's another avenue of, hopefully they understand that this is a temporary issue and they're waiting for community feedback, which is why I'm making this video. But 10k familiar points is completely ludicrous, and it's a complete waste of time. You've literally given a fix to the system that is just totally useless. Because why am I ever going to spend 10,000 familiar points when an average to roll a unique is like 3.75, like 3.75, like 0, right? 3,750 familiar points is your average for a unique. So I can get almost free familiar rolls for the cost of one mystical card, and you can only buy one of those cards per month on a limited sale. A limited sale. On a limited sale. So these aren't even a permanent addition to the game. What? Here is the familiar information made by the community, because Nexon refuses to give us real numbers. So we're just going to go through some things here, right? Here are the values for boss fans, right? Oh, epic boss fan. Amount of familiars. Familiars. This is the amount of tries. Almost 700 for boss on epic. How many did you get a month? One. You see? Unique. 40 boss. Almost 700. 35 or 30 boss. Almost 350 attempts. Any boss like at all, including IED, things like this. 230. A double line is almost 500,000. One per month. Could have made it cost meso. Let's talk about tearing up, right? These cards cannot tier up, so that doesn't matter. But look at the cost. 10,000 familiar points, yeah? To roll. This is 375 to get a unique from rare. That's 3,750 familiar points on average per fam, right? So to reiterate the point, you get 2.5 unique rolls on your own self-grown unique fams instead of buying 1 per month. This is completely useless. It's dead on arrival and incredibly redundant. This is a complete waste of developer time. It's a complete waste of community time. And I want to give some feedback. This system is flawed. And selling it for points, you're still making people farm familiars. And I feel like the whole point of a card system of re-rolling is to remove the familiar farming, because then you're removing it from endgame content and future content, so people can play their mains, progress their mains, and play the game how they want to play. The remedy to this is make it a meso exclusive in Reboot, because if you're worried about free-to-play players in Reg server being able to tier up for Legendary, sure, bro, I get it. You want to make money from red cards, I get it. But make a Reboot exclusive, or a Heroic exclusive, which doesn't tier, don't even let it do Legendary if you have to add a stipulation, but make it cost meso, because all you're doing is still diverting players away from their mains, and away from, like, I'm a 290 player, bro. I'm a privileged endgame player. I don't have boss fams. If I go back to Cernium, I'm getting like 60 to 80% meso reduction, or whatever it is. I'm max frags. There's no point of me taking that meso penalty. So I have to, if I want to be efficient, I have to farm on a secondary character. Why is this even a thing? Just make, and this is such a copium take, right? Because meso is unlimited, but we never got the meso nerf. We never got any kind of meso reduction. We still have Ursus. Give us a meso sink, you know? If you want to make the server stronger, give them something to burn their, like, hundreds of billions of meso on that they all save up for every cubing event and Star Force event, so they can go for 23 star items and double primes, because there's nothing else for them to spend on. So give us an unlimited fucking, excuse my French, give us an unlimited meso sink of fam cards. I just think that is such a good answer, and I think the way that you've made an answer here is just not commensurate. I don't think this is very good. And like, this is, even just thinking about the limit, bro, it's just so ridiculous. Like, who made this decision? What is this? What is this? Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's my opinions on the mystical familiar cards. I really think you've dropped the ball with this, Nexon, which is really unfortunate, because this was such a fantastic change. This was such an incredible step in the right direction. This was it. Excuse my French. This was such a fantastic idea. And now it's completely dead on arrival. And no one's ever going to interact with it. And you've just wasted all of everyone's time. Your developer time, your investment into making the product and delivering it to the Heroic server. Like, you didn't even need to do that. What was the point? You've just made a completely useless item. And no one's ever going to use it. Thanks. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Mystical Familiar card. If you guys have any thoughts on the Mystical Familiar card, drop them in the comments, bro. I'm gonna go to bed. I can't believe I stayed up for these patch notes, bro. Oh, it had so much potential, dude. It had so much potential. That's such a shame. Such a shame. It's such a missed opportunity, bro. And, bro, I haven't even spoke about the Golden Fairy, bros, where you can obtain 20 of these cards just by paying money for it, bro. So this is clearly their modus operandi, dude. This is what they're going for. And I'll give you a prime example. This Golden Fairy, bros, is split into 2 that you can pay for. And the The, like, premium paid track on the right is absolutely fantastic. This gives you an insane crazy Punch King, which gives you, like, 40 EXP or something. A Transcendent Growth Potion, VIP boosters, free mag potions, and a special box, right? And everyone was going to buy this, and that's 50k Maple points. And then there is a starter... There is a starter pack here for Legion, which is really bad, and no one was going to buy it. And it was just a complete waste. So what have they done? They've put the mystical cards in the track that no one was going to buy. So now everyone's going to buy it. I get it, Nexon. I get it. I get it. And yeah, it's also in the big version. So, you know, I was going to buy this big version anyway. But, you know, now I'm even considering buying this one. Purely because of the 10 cards. I don't even care about the fragments because I'm max 6 job. But the 10 cards sells it for me, bro. And I think that's going to be the case for a lot of people as well. And I think this is the future of the familiar card system. I think this is what they're going to do and how they're going to operate it. When they said it's in events, they meant it's going to be in paid Battle Pass events where you can get a decent quantity of them. And that's how they're going to handle the familiars in the future. And there you go. So by a proxy of event passes, they've essentially added red cards in their true form of paying for them in Reboot, which, you know, they could just do anyway. Just fucking rip the band-aid off. But, you know, they want to do it this way instead, which is fair enough. But yeah, that is my thoughts and opinions on the mystical card. If you guys have any opinions, drop them in the comments. And Nexon will see this video. Because I've spoken to a few people about some things like this before. So hopefully this reaches their ears as well. And they can address these and send it to the team. Thanks very much. And good night.